Phoenix 6-1 here with your Legend shenanigans for the day. A couple of quick destroyer games for us here. So today we're in, this first one here, we're in the Daring, and we make short work of this game, and I just kind of wanted to highlight, right, we end up with both enemy destroyers on our flank, and I just kind of wanted to show you how we dealt with them, right? We have some pretty good tools for the job here when it comes to fighting destroyers. We've got a pretty good health pool, pretty nice, HE guns from these British, destroyers here. And then you've got the, the quick deploying or like short duration smoke screen, whatever you want to call it. But the Shimikaze gives up his position by taking a shot at us here. We must have gotten spotted by the other destroyer. And then so the Shimikaze kind of gives his position away there, right? So we potentially may have avoided Shimikaze torpedoes there. And then we're going to get picked up by radar from, I think, what do we got, like a pan-European, like a Gdansk or something here, right? So we're going to move away from our smoke screen, just trying to avoid, yep, so there's the Gdansk, right? And I'm just going to try and survive this for the time being, right? He's got a little bit more guns, he's got a little bit more health, right? So I'm just going to point away, and then, of course, we get lucky here. He's dropping his smoke screen. But yeah, our 5.9 kilometer detection range, right? We're just now moving outside of it, right? So, but I didn't want to try and face that battle head on. I just didn't think we would be able to win it right off the bat there. But now we do still have 2 minutes left on our sonar here, and his radar is over, right? So now I technically have the advantage, especially if he's going to sit in his smoke screen, right? I don't have the best concealment. So I think that if he weren't in his smoke screen, we wouldn't have as good of a chance here. But he deployed that smoke. He's not spotting us. I'm going to see if I can catch him off guard coming around the corner here. And then, of course, we get this, the smoke screen on the Daring here, like, comes back really quick. You get these, right? It's short duration, but it's also short cooldown, too. So you can kind of use it as get out of jail free cards whenever, you get 6 of them, basically. Right, so I'm going to try and get to this Gdansk before, and then of course we get lucky here as Shimikaze came back into the same position as well. And with the sonar going too, we get early warning with the torpedoes, so we don't have to worry about those, as much either as well, right? So, but yeah, so they're both right here. They're both getting picked up by our sonar. And so we're going to try and I'm just checking my smoke firing penalty. It's 2.4, right? So he's at 2.5, so we get free shots here. As long as he stays out of that 2.4 kilometer range. And then I don't know if he must be shooting those torps towards our battleship here. But now I actually need to push up on him because the sonar range is only 3.5 there, right? So we have to be careful there. But this Shimikaze is firing his guns again. He came, confronted our other destroyer. So we'll take full advantage of that and try and help finish him off. And we get rid of him as well. Radar might be from the Gdansk again here. So I'm just going to calmly back away from him, right? He fires his guns, gets himself spotted. We'll take advantage of that, right? That radar doesn't last very long, especially not anymore these days, right? His Fox Flare got a little bit of a nerf. So we'll keep taking shots at him. I managed to back out and have this little lip of this island break line of sight with him. And since he was firing his gun, somebody else is still spotting him since he was firing his gun. So, right, so I'm going to try and push up. Now we've got the health advantage as well. And I'm going to take these last couple shots and hope we can finish him before he gets away. And somebody else does. Battleship shot the destroyer. Thank you, sir. That's how you win games, guys. That's how you win games. We're going to keep utilizing this coverage over here, but 2 destroyers down. We're at 6 minutes into the game. My teammates managed to, right, we focused on the destroyer since we kind of have the tools for the job, and they just happen to be over here on this flank, right? So this is going to just create epic game momentum here at this point. We basically have full free reign on all of these battleships and this defense coming around the corner. And then, of course, the defense drops his smoke screen, so that's just make it all the better for us. Right, battleships firing and smoke screens are going to get spotted pretty much regardless. Right, you've got a pretty bad smoke firing penalty. The defense does too, right? Its smoke firing penalty is atrocious for a cruiser, but you can drop in it if you need that safety. You can drop in it and just stop firing your guns. right? So I'm going to use my smoke and then continue to use this little lip on this island here to try and just get cheeky shots. We'll just damage farm these guys for the rest of this game and see what we can get up to, right? So I don't have any torpedo hits at this point. We're at 42,000 damage just from triggering fires and doing damage with the HE. Wisconsin spots us. I'm gonna try and keep backing up to get a little bit more of an arch for our bullets, for our shells over this little lip here, over this island. There we go. Just needed a little bit more space. And then we've still got 3 smoke screens left. We can keep dropping these as they come up if we need to. He's gonna focus on the battleship that's right in front of him anyway, that's almost dead, so we'll drop another smoke. We can come out a little bit more here. Potentially send torpedoes for this Montana, so we'll take this shot. Montana might spot us here if we accidentally move out of the smoke. Wouldn't be a big deal. He's the last one left, so he's going to get focus fired. Half my team's in their base, and everybody is minus 1 ship that we lost that game, right? But that's just like good destroy, versus destroyer strategy that I wanted to kind of highlight, and then it just created tons and tons of game momentum, and that's how you get those stomp games sometimes, right? Sometimes it's just a bunch of shenanigans that happens, but right. But we gotta get Gentleman's 4th place there for that game, and then now we're gonna go and do a vampire game, right? This ship's a lot of fun. I don't play it enough. I always get distracted by like Janan and Takahashi and some other legendary ships, but yeah, so this one's good, right? Like, I like you get a little bit different style of a smokescreen. This Shimakaze, he's getting picked up by our allied destroyer that's over on that flank, right? And so I'm gonna go Shimakaze hunting, right? Like, again, like, right, if we know where Shimakaze is, we know we've got him outgunned, we know we've got smoke and sonar that we can use, right? So I'm gonna use engine boost to try and just push up on him, right? He's probably gonna have better concealment than me, so there's a good chance that he's going to spot us before we spot him. So I want to go full power, full speed towards that direction to try and make sure we get the spot on him, right? So there we are, we're spotted now. Somebody did trip radar or something, but he's not in range. So I'm just going to keep moving that direction. We have twist and track. There, sure enough, 5.1 kilometers. That's pretty close to like the max detection range that you can get for concealment you get for Shimakaze is right around that range. We're just going to keep pushing up on him. We've got a little bit of health that we can play with on this ship, right? So we'll take some fire. We're kind of deep into enemy territory here at the moment, but I'm like, I want Shimakaze dead, right? Like, try and get these guys off the board when you have the opportunity. We're keeping him spotted. We've got some allies shooting him. We're getting away with it thus far. We're not taking too much damage. I'm ducking and weaving myself to try and avoid some of these bullets, right? Checking my sonar range there, so, right? So I'm tripping sonar. I couldn't believe he's not dropping smoke right now. Unless he's one of those players that, like, drops smoke, like, right off the bat for his teammates. Which I, like, almost never recommend doing that, right? But we'll send torpedoes that direction. I do kind of need to bow out here because we're getting about half health and everyone's starting to shoot us, right? So we'll live to fight another day, right? It didn't quite work as well as I wanted it to. But you have to play the, you do have to play the conservative side, right? You do need to, your ship being dead is completely useless, right? So keep your ship alive is more important than trying to YOLO kill a Shimakaze, as much as I would love to get it done. And then we'll drop smokescreen here, right? We can do a little bit of damage farming on this Wisconsin while we try to recover from our error, our mistakes, whatever you want to call it. But we did get a good chunk of damage done on him. Here are Shimakaze torps. We're picking him up early for our teammates with the sonar as he comes around that corner. Yeah, Hindenburg back there would probably just wreck us, so I didn't want to go after him. And we do get some torpedo hits on, probably not the Shimakaze, but some of those other guys were out there. And then he gets picked up again here, right? So this is going to give us a pretty good opportunity. We've got the smoke screen going. My allied destroyer has quite a bit of health left, so hopefully he can help keep him spotted for us, and we can all focus fire on him. I gotta give it, like, not a half-bad Shimikaze player, to be honest, right? Knowing that he should kind of move away and try and go undetected, right? Like, he's doing the same thing he did to us. Which is exactly what I would do, right? I'd move away, try and go undetected, right? We're gonna pick on him while he still exists, right? While he's still spotted. So Hindenburg is bleeding pretty hard here. I'm just gonna take these cheeky shots on him. Right, we get this smoke screen. It's kind of a rolling, or no, not quite a rolling smoke, a crawling smoke, so to speak, right? So it stays with us. We just have to, if we're moving too quickly, we'll be out of it, and we just slow down and go back, duck back into it, right? So we only have a couple seconds left on it here. We'll get these. I was trying to get those torpedoes off, but I'm gonna prioritize surviving here instead of going broadside to him. He does take the shot at us, right? He's gonna get mostly over pens. Got the torpedoes off, and then we're gonna stop firing our guns and try and move away. Our health pool that we have left to play with is quickly dwindling here. So stop firing the guns, and that's going to make us go undetected. We did lose our allied destroyer over here, so they're going to focus fire on me if I'm the one spotted now. So I'll have to be careful. So we're going to move away, right? We're going to move away from this situation. You only get the one rack of torpedoes with this ship, so we've, for the most part, built into, you know, the guns and health points.
Roger.
So I'm kind of thinking now at this point, maybe we could put the pressure on by, right, a little bit more competitive game at this point than the last one. Like, they still have 2 surviving destroyers. Despite our efforts here, right? Like, we tried really hard to get rid of that Shimikaze. But I'm going to see if I can put the pressure on by going into their zone. So we look at where their other destroyer was last spotted. It's kind of out over on the other side, on the other flank. On the east bank. On the west bank. Right, yeah, so then the Shimikaze is low on health on this side, right? So there he is. Actually, we spotted him. Somebody picked him up in their base. Take a couple cheeky shots there, just because I know we'll go undetected. And it is a gearing with lots of health, so we're going to have to worry about him, yeah. See if we can take that shot, right, just as we come around the corner, so we didn't get spotted for taking that shot. We do get a little bit of damage on him. 1900, that's not half bad for versus a destroyer. And then if you look at our, like, target locator thing, right, somebody is closer over on this side. I'm going to guess it's that battleship. We've got smoke screen ready if we need to use it. Right, if we come around the corner and he's too close to us. Worcester does manage to finish off the gearing, so that's huge for us.
Our team has taken the lead.
Yeah, the Rosia over here. We can potentially get a couple hits on him. Oh no, I think he's on the other side of that other island, so no, we can't. I was thinking we'd be able to get some cheeky shots over the islands there. Right, if this team wants to, you know, challenge this game, this Shimikaze player basically is going to be forced to come and try and find me. If he's still over in this direction, right? I'm trying to figure out if that... Yeah, I'm firing my guns here. Rosia is the only thing that could potentially spot me, right? So I'm going to drop smoke here and see if he remains detected. And then that way we can get some damage out of this game. I'll send the torpedoes, but I'm pretty sure he's going to start moving forward. Yeah, I held on to him. I was like, we've only got the one rack. Let's keep it for now. Trying to decide if my locator is actually looking at him still, or if there's potential that he is... maybe if he backs up again, we could potentially send the torpedoes now. Nope, stopped. I'm gonna send him. Maybe the Shimikaze might be off in that direction too. In which case, we're kind of giving up our position by sitting here chilling in our smoke screen. So we might have to watch out for him. We do have the sonar if we think we need it. Yeah, he's backing up. We might actually get torpedo hit on him. There's some fires. And 2 torpits. 3 torpits? Finished him off. That's a good chunk of damage there. And then, looking at the mini-map there, Shimakaze went all the way down south. All the way around that outside. So we'll get an easy win with the zone capture here on this one. And I'll go through the commander guide, or you know, how I have the commander set up for this one. It's a little bit unique. Doing things a little bit different with this one. And we get the capture there, so that should help us out with on the XP score. We'll take a look at the leaderboard, see where we put ourselves here. Top of the leaderboard, 2200 XP. That's not half bad. Made a little bit of credits. That's always nice to come out in the positive on legendary tier. Then for mods, I'm using aiming system mod, and we are using the steering gears. We don't get a propulsion mod option. And then concealment, obviously, and then dispersion and range for the guns there. And then, yeah, we're using Hector Waller. I think there's, I don't know, a calendar event or something, right? So he should be, you know, he's basically free to play, right? Depending on how you can get him. But yeah, we're doing Sims, you know, for more health, and the other guy for more HE shell damage, right? So we're building into the guns for the most part with our inspirations, and then picking those choices, right? I don't even have this guy upgraded very much. But yeah, we're using Perceptive here. And then this guy's got, you know, but like this better traverse speed, and, you know, like, you know, he's got some, you know, kind of survivability perks here. And then this is one case where I am not using Unstoppable, right? Because he's got this Steadfast Soldier, gives you a little bit more HP, but then it gives you almost like a will to rebuild, right? With those perks if you're close enough to enemies in those like gunboat fights against other destroyers, right? So it gives us a little bit of advantage there. Get a little bit of healing out of it, right? So I've been playing around with that. So far, so good. I haven't put it to like super good use yet, right? I haven't gotten to like the scenario where that Steadfast Soldier perk is what kept me alive and got me the kill against the other destroyer. But we'll keep playing around with it. But thanks for watching my video. Thanks to those of you that are still here watching all the way through. I appreciate you. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. That really does help me out quite a bit. That really does help support me. You know, if you're interested, if you haven't done that yet, right, click on my icon that shows up in the bottom right of the screen. That'll help you. That'll get you the subscription, and you can also check out my channel. We've got Legends videos almost every day, so there's plenty of hours and hours and hours of video you can watch. But thanks again, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.